Hey friends, Source Code Worm here, and today we're going to be talking about Master Root of Nightmares and kind of what a disappointment it is. Now, the raid has been out, Master Mode, I should say, has been out for about a little more than 24 hours now, so we've had a good taste of what it's got going on. Now, full disclosure before we get into this, I have not done the Master Raid. I'm going to wait until a little bit later whenever we get the ability to enhance the perks. But I did want to talk about it because I think it's been out long enough for people to tell how good or how not good it is. And spoiler warning, it's not really looking too good. It's really, really not looking good. So let's talk about why. Now, first of all, the Root of Nightmares, of course, is arguably one of the easiest raids that has been created to date. It's a very, very simple raid. People were, solo or not soloing. People were killing the final boss in contest mode, which is, in one phase, which is kind of saying a lot towards the easiness. Plus, I think 45,000 teams got the clear within the first 2 days, which is an unprecedented number. Like, that's more than all of the raids combined. And so we've been kind of waiting for Master Mode, and a lot of people were excited for Master Mode because they thought, hey, like, if day one contest mode was this easy, Master Mode, even though there's gonna be more champions, is going to be similarly relatively easy. There's not going to be any real changes in mechanics and stuff like that. And it's true, there were some more champions that spawn, but that's about it. However, the interesting thing about this raid, the master version of it, is every single encounter drops armor, and the only way you can get the weapon, the adept weapon, is by completing the challenge in the raid. And this is new, and this is kind of odd for Bungie to do, because now, of course, it adds that extra factor of, hey, we have to do the challenge mode, and we can only get one adept weapon drop per week per character. So basically you get 3 chances at an adept weapon. That's going to be Pinnacle. Of course, you can buy the adept weapon from the raid kiosk at the end of the raid. So that's, I guess that's pretty good. But you can only get it from one encounter, and the rest of the encounters, one encounter, and during that one encounter, you have to do the challenge for it. That's what I should say. So, you only get one weapon throughout the entire raid. You will get 4 pieces of armor, and that armor is kind of has its stats. Hold on, I'm about to sneeze. I apologize. Never mind. It went away. But that armor is, it has high points, and I think it's at least 20 in certain categories. So, for example, this week it is resilience. So any armor that you get is going to have at least 20 resilience. But in terms of looking at the armor, and I'm going to start with the armor because the armor is very, very simple and easy to talk about. In terms of the stat armor, it is not at all comparable to Artifice armor. Artifice armor, which of course comes from doing master dungeons, drops with an extra slot that you can put just any mod into, which is fantastic. It's very, very good. And not only that, but you can actually have when you have Artifice armor, you also have the ability to add additional stats to your armor already. And I think with a full set of Artifice, they said it's like you can get up to plus 15. Each Artifice armor giving you plus 3 to any given stat. But the thing is, like, that's a lot. That is a lot, especially because so many builds get you like 98, 99, and it's so frustrating. Artifice armor will tip you over that scale. And Artifice armor, quite frankly, beats out any raid armor in the game, including master level content raid armor, which is so disheartening. Because even though, yes, like, you get raid armor, it has high points in resilience, you can just kind of slap on a resilience mod on your ghost and basically have the same thing. I mean, you can go to the seasonal vendor and get high stat armor that you can focus to have, or you can put on the ghost mod to have X amount in whatever stat, and you can farm that much easier than you can master level raid armor. So I definitely think that they really missed the mark with the armor here. But I think the armor is not really what so many people are disappointed in. It's more so the weapons. Now, of course, they have a weekly rotator, which is relatively new in terms of what adept weapon you can get. So no longer can you get just kind of adept raid drops from any encounter. Might be weapons, might be armor. Now you can only get one weapon per week. That this week it's the Mikhail's Reverence, which is the sidearm. And it's so disappointing because the thing that Bungie, these weapons, these adept weapons are lacking more than anything else is multiple slots on the, or multiple perk options on the weapon. And this I think this blew everybody's mind because everybody's expecting to get, you know, something like Volta Glass weapons where you have, you know, 2 perks in each column that you can switch and choose between, so you have a higher chance of getting the role you want, or you have a good chance of getting, you know, a versatile role that you can change the perks out on. But no, it doesn't do that. It gives you 1 left column perk and 1 right column perk, which is so very disappointing. And I can't figure out why on earth Bungie has done this. You know, I know they're talking about making it where you can upgrade your perks to make them enhance and stuff like that, but this misses the ball entirely. This completely misses the ball. Like, there is such a huge player accounts that already thinks that, you know, adept weapons really aren't that worth it. You know, the adept mods compared to crafted, you know, to crafted weapons is not really that worth it. And of course, we know that later on in the season, or maybe next season, I can't remember which one it is, Bungie is going to make the adept raid weapons have the ability to get, you know, those enhanced traits, which is great. Don't get me wrong. And I think they're going about it the right way by not allowing us to craft adept weapons, but still allowing us to get the enhanced perk. But there's so many players that are going to look at that and say, it's really not worth it to get what an adept big one spec on your Rufus Fury. You know, like, it's nice, but it's not at all something that's necessary, you know. And maybe you could make an argument for PvP where you can throw on an adept range to whatever, but even then, I mean, I don't see any of these raid weapons being exceptionally good in Crucible, with the exception of maybe Mikhail's Reverence. But again, 450 sidearms have never really been a meta choice in Destiny 2, and they're currently not a meta. So even though it's the best in class, it's not the best choice to use, and the perks are just kind of midline. So Bungie really missed the mark on this, you know, by not allowing players to get multiple roles, by only allowing players to get 1 a week per character, unless you spend raid spoils to get more, which is, it blows my mind. It blows my mind because you take something like Volta Glass, where you can get, you know, time lost weapons. You can get them from any encounter, just random chance to drop. You can get multiple perks on them. You know, you can get on Fatebringer, for example, you can get, you know, Explosive Head and Firefly, or, you know, opening shot and rewind round, just, you know, something like that. They missed the mark. They really did. And then, of course, the only way you can get the raid weapons is by doing the challenge. That also is really shocking to me. I did not think that they would do that. I don't think anybody did, quite frankly, because the challenge, like, on top of Master, which is already, you know, Master raids are typically considered to be like the pinnacle of Destiny 2. Like, you know, going flawless in Trials of Osiris is the pinnacle of PvP. Doing a Master raid is the pinnacle of PvP. And you're going to tell me that I can't even get but 1 adept weapon drop per week for doing that? Like, I don't know. It kind of blows my mind. You know, it really does. But I don't think it's worth it right now. Maybe maybe in the future, when the perks become, when you can enhance them, maybe then it'll be worth it. But even then, I don't see it being worth it. The fact that you can't even get multiple traits in a column is shocking. And I think that, you know, a lot of players are also shocked and upset about this, because it does not feel like there's a point in doing the Master level raid outside of maybe triumphs. Maybe if you just are dying and you absolutely love, you know, X weapon, like Rufus Fury. I think everybody could probably agree that Rufus Fury is probably the best raid weapon from this raid. In fact, I saw a poll on YouTube the other day where players basically voted, like 70% of them said that Rufus was the best raid weapon out of all of them. But, you know, It's I don't know what Bungie was thinking doing this, but you know, I'm not the developer, I guess. Maybe, I don't know, maybe whenever they release the ability to enhance these perks, maybe it'll be the most insane thing. Maybe, you know, whenever we get the ability to enhance raid weapons, maybe once we get it to a certain level, it'll unlock a secondary perk on there, you know, it's a random roll. Like I don't know. I don't see that happening, of course. But, you know, I'm going to try to remain optimistic about it, because right now I don't see a point in doing Root of Nightmares Master. But yeah, that's kind of it for this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Like, do you think that Bungie like missed the mark by a country mile with the master level raid and the adept weapons, or do you think they did it on purpose because they're trying to play it safe? Because I guess that's another like possibility. You know, they don't want players to get Rufus Fury random drop with a, you know, god roll on it that now you can enhance the perks. Now they got adept, enhanced, blah blah blah, or, you know, something like that. Like, I don't know, but yeah, let me know what you think about it. Of course, if you want to see more Destiny conversations in the future, we do upload almost every day over here on this channel. And of course, if you would, please like the video. It really does help me out a lot. And that's it for me, guys. I will catch y'all tomorrow in the next one. Bye for now.